Hi guys, I'm here today to start talking to you guys about your bibliography and plan of development for your research paper. This is due Friday, and I know that might feel overwhelming, but you have plenty of resources and plenty of time to get it done, but also might have to use some time outside of class as well. So I have a couple of resources for you to start. First, I want you to begin this quest in our classroom, and you'll see that I've posted a couple things. I've posted our senior paper bibliography and plan right here, and I've also posted a playlist on YouTube that has 3 resources to help you construct a bibliography if you feel like you don't remember how to do that. However, you have been taught how to do bibliographies since middle school, and I'm going to hold you accountable to that. So if you need a little refresher, you need to make time in your life to get a refresher. All right, so let's start. First, we're going to click on this, Senior Paper Bib and Plan, and it's a PDF. So I click there, and what opens is a document that looks like this. This is the rubric for the citation piece of this assessment, and you'll see there's 3 criteria. You have properly citing sources, quantity of sources, and quality of sources. Up in the properly citing sources, you'll see the word standard format. Standard format in this case is an MLA citation, Modern Language Association citation, and there's a specific way to do that. EasyBib.com and EasyBib as an add-on in Google Docs, which I'm going to show you, does that for you, provided you have some information to plug into some fill-in-the-blank stuff. But you do have to do it in a specific way. You can't just cut and paste the URL and say, oh, I'm done with my bibliography. As for quantity, you have to have a minimum of 5 sources. If you have more than 5, great. If you have less than 5, you're in this approaching, developing, or beginning category here. And then we, as senior English teachers, are looking for your sources to represent authoritative print and/or digital sources. We didn't require you to have a print source because so many print sources have been digitized. However, that authoritative, we're really going to hold you to it. And you can't have 5 sources that are from about.com or webmd.com. Your sources need to represent authoritative sources from databases and a variety of places, not just all .coms. That does not represent a variety of authoritative print or digital sources. So while we're here, I want to show you the EasyBib add-on that makes life super easy in Google Docs. So if you open up a document in Google Docs, up along these tabs, there's this thing called add-ons, and you can go here, and if you don't have it already, just go to Get Add-ons and type in EasyBib. But if you already have it, it's called EasyBib Bibliography Creator. And you open it and you click Manage Bibliography, and it'll show up on the right-hand side of your screen. You can type in the title, the ISBN number, which is that funky number above the barcode on the back of books, or any keyword. And you can even narrow it down by book, journal, article, or website, and it'll search for you. So say I want to type in I don't know, To Kill a Mockingbird. I've done my research paper on To Kill a Mockingbird, and I know I need to cite it in my bibliography. So I type it in, I'm going to search for it, and look, here it is. Say this first one is the one I used. Again, check to make sure you're using the right one. Did I use the one by the Lippincott publisher, or did I use Chelsea House Publishers, or did I use Oxford University Press? So you do have to do some, conscious thinking there. But say this is the one I picked. I pick Select. There's my little bibliography entry. All I do is click Add Bibliography to Doc, and look, it appears right there. Eventually, you're going to change this to Work Cited, but it formats it all for you. Super easy. Okay, so that's a nice little helper to have instead of going to easybib.com and then downloading it and putting it into Google Docs and yada, yada, yada. So we go back to this rubric. Standard format is MLA, which you can do in Easy Bib as an add-on. You have at least 5 sources, and they represent authoritative digital or print sources. Then we go down to the plan of development. So we've traditionally called this an outline, but we're not forcing you to do an outline. We're forcing you, or asking you nicely, to let us know how you're going to develop your ideas in this 5 to 7 page research paper. So what we're looking for is your thesis statement that has since been probably revised and tweaked a little bit depending on some feedback that I've given you or other teachers or Mrs. Murphy or whoever has given you. We're looking for you to develop your subtopics. Okay? Do you have plenty of information? Are you on the right track with your information? Do you need more or different information, either maybe or definitely? Have you only presented minimal information? And, you know, no one's going to be down here. And then we need you to plan your conclusion. Okay? You need to plan out either extensive thoughts about the significance or implications of your topic. You know, do a pretty good job thinking about what you're going to put in your conclusion, but definitely need to represent some thought. How are you going to wrap this paper up? How are you going to begin it, develop it, and end it once you sit down to actually write these 5 to 7 pages? Feel free to put your actual direct citations in there that you're going to use. That would definitely put you in the excellent development category for your subtopics. Okay? And that's worth 20 points. And we're giving you a couple options for what it can look like. The third page of this is a piece of paper that looks like this. I just kind of shifted it around so we can all see it. And you have 3 options for this plan of development. You can do a traditional outline with these Roman numerals and then the A and then all your details, right, with your heading and the title of your paper and your thesis. I've given some pros and cons for you down here. Let me make this a little smaller for you. It can be typed or handwritten. It's probably going to be about 2 to 3 pages, and though it's cut off on this screen, a pro is that it's really easy to follow when you sit down to type the actual paper. The con is that it's really formal, and some of us just aren't really formal organizers, and that's okay. You have another option for a mind map, right, which can look all crazy like this with your thesis in the middle and then your ideas branching off. Each of these little kind of tentacles would be the supporting details over here, similar to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably going to be handwritten, but there are apps and sites that can help create a mind map if you want some help with that. A pro to using a mind map is that your thinking can be very messy, and some people appreciate that. A con to using a mind map is that it can be messy, and some people don't like to have a mess when they sit down to type. So you have to just think about what kind of person are you and what kind of preferences do you have. Another option is a graphic organizer. Ms. Ezerin's made a graphic organizer that you guys are more than free to use if you so choose, or you can make your own kind of graphic organizer. You can have a box up at the top with your intro kind of ideas bulleted. You can have paragraphs set up next to citations, and you can set that up any way you choose. It can be typed or handwritten. Some pros and cons. Pro is that it's kind of like doing a fill-in-the-blank outline in that it's set up for you. You just have to kind of fill in where your ideas fit. A con is that it might be harder to type from something like this because it might not be organized exactly the way you want. So I guess the bottom line is that you just need to figure out what kind of thinker you are, what kind of organizer you are, and then what kind of typer you are when you sit down to type. What do you like to look at or have as a reference when you sit down to actually write this paper, which we're going to do in January for the week and a half before midterms. So hopefully that helps. Feel free to use some of these resources on this YouTube playlist. There's 3 videos. One's kind of long, but the other 2 are pretty short. Okay, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, and 11 minutes. And best of luck. I'll see you the next time we have class. All right, good luck.